Hello, dear student friends. Welcome to the new session and understanding the new process. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the pedagogenesis, and that pedagogenesis under the independent branch of science, that's the pedology, is nothing but understanding the process of soil formation. So, while understanding the process of soil formation, we have to think of the entire processes in which the solid rocks are transforming into the fertile soil. When I'm saying it's the fertile soil, then you need to consider that this is the soil having potential to generate new life with its own assistance. So, my dear friends, let me think of the origin of earth and origin of life on this earth. So you're very well aware that this earth is originated in the theory of Big Bang, and in that theory whatever is suggested approach of the origin of life and origin of earth, in that case it is the common idea, accepted idea worldwide, that this earth is the planet which is coming out of the solar nebula in the form of particles. In the same way, there are number of particles emitted out in the Big Bang theory, and ultimately these particles are attracted to the solar nebula and they are revolving around the sun. But this earth, as it is originated from the solar nebula, has the specific benefits given by this solar nebula. And what those specific benefits and what exactly is the process through which this earth planet has gone, that we need to understand. Dear friends, as this is coming out of the solar nebula, definitely it is having that kind of the atmosphere over the earth's surface, and that was the jelly-like substance which was solidified in the course of millions of the years, and it took a shape and size of a huge landmass, and that was the rock. And that rock was the complete coverage throughout the planet. And when these rocks were exposed to the environmental conditions, those environmental conditions were prevailing on the earth, were having the heavy conditions. Heavy in the sense, these are the very complex conditions, and those conditions are not in favor of the life. But this earth has gone through some processes which are very essential processes for development of the life on it, and those processes are, and very important process amongst that is weathering of the rock, and that is the first and foremost process for the soil formation. This earth planet has dropped its temperature in the millions of the years period, and that dropping of the temperature of the planet has resulted into solidification of the landmass from the jelly-like landmass to the solid landmass. And after that there was the impact of the physical, chemical and biological entities on this solid rock, and it has resulted into the formation of the soil. Now what exactly must have had happened at that particular point of time? So this was the basic material, that was the parent material for the soil formation, and that were the simply rocks. These rocks were exposed to the environmental conditions, climatic conditions, and those climatic conditions were the harsh conditions, and these climatic conditions have developed the changes in the rock surface. And what were those changes? The heavy rainfall, the wind flow have eroded the solid landmass, that are the rocks. As a result of that heavy rainfall and erosion, there was erosion of the top content of the rocks, and that has resulted into formation of the dust particles. Simultaneously, as a result of the solidification and the cooling process of the rocks, that cooling process resulted into formation of the cracks on the landmass. And these cracks which are formed due to the cooling process, because earlier it was the very hot plate, and on that hot plate there was sparkling of the rain, and that rain sparkles have resulted into the formation of the cracks. Those rocks were cracked, as you will be very easily understand that when we spray the water on heated glass, it will suddenly crack, and same was happened with the earth surface, and that cracking has created the crevices, and in that crevices whatever was the rain that was drained out of that, and simultaneously two things were happened. That rain was flowing through the crevices, and in some regions where the temperature was so dropped and it has resulted into the freezing temperature, in that case there was again solidification of the water was taken place, because it was the ice formation. So that ice formation has again created the pressure, and all those land masses were pushed apart. They have created the greater crevices, and ultimately there was formation of the big crevices on the earth's surface. So these crevices and flowing water solidifying in the form of ice has created the different conditions, and those conditions were the softened conditions, because earlier, because of the erosion, there was the formation of the dust. That dust would have settled at some point of landmass, and that dust particles have created a thin layer of the dust particles. Simultaneously rain was going on, so in that dust particles there were deposition of some of the cells which were originated at that point of time. So those unicellular organisms were started dwelling their lives at that particular thin layer of the soil, I would say, or that was the thin layer of the dust particles. So those microorganisms, those unicellular organisms have completed their life on that particular platform. Simultaneously, as a result of their life cycle completion and deposition of their organic material at the top portion of the landmass, that is again addition of the organic material to that particular rock. So it was one more layer on the dust particles. So similarly, this would have gone for generations to generations, and at one point of time there was settlement of the spores from different category. And what that different category is? That different category is of the plant cells. Those plant cells have started their lives on the same profile. Initially there were the unicellular organisms. Now, and on the same soil surface there was deposition, or there was entry of the organism which is the plants. Those plants have started their lives. Now those plants means which would have been the plants? Those plants were the mosses, those plants were the algae, those plants were the fungus. So these are the plants which needs the very less amount of soil for their development. And now you can understand that whatever were the algae or fungus or the particular mosses, bryophytes were dwelling there. Now the soil flora and fauna has raised its level, and now the entire landmass was turned or transformed into the green landmass. And that green landmass was full of the plants. Now similar process as it was happened with the unicellular organism, similar death of these organisms were also taken place, and same deposition was there. Now we need to understand that the bryophytes are having one additional organ, and that are the rhizoids. These rhizoids have started to penetrate inside the rocks, and that penetration inside the rock has resulted into again formation or deformation of the rocks and formation of the soil surface or loose surface at the top. This means that now this process is going on in both the directions. On the top there is deposition of the soil, and in the bottom there will be loosening of the rock surface. So this loosening of the rock surface and deposition of the soil's mass or organic content at the top has resulted into formation of a zone. This zone is having now the big area, and this is the way in which the platform was raised for those organisms or those plants who has the well developed root systems. And the next group came into play, and that group was the pteridophytes. Simultaneously, as this organism development was going on, simultaneously physical factors are also contributing in the same process. That physical factors are the soil surface, the particular topology of the area. These are the factors: temperature, water. These are the factors, light. These are the factors which are contributing in the development of the soil. So this is the way in which the bigger zone was created, and now there is entry of the next organism, and that organism was the pteridophytes. Now pteridophytes, these pteridophytes are having the underdeveloped root system and shoot system also. So in the next level of the bryophytes were having the very short shoot system as well as the root system. They were having the rhizoids. Here in this case there are the underdeveloped roots in case of the pteridophytes, but the roots are of the greater length, shoots are also of the greater length. So overall we can say that the level of the soil has started the development of the root system underneath and development of the shoot system at the top portion. So simultaneously that rock was started loosening its strictness, and at the same time the shoot system was above raising above the surface. So what would have happened? These plants must have loosened the rock surface just below the previous zone, and at the top, after the death and decay of those organisms, those pteridophytes, there will be again deposition of the soil or deposition of the organic material in the form of their debris. So this was the wonderful place where the entire zones, entire beds of the fertile soil have resulted. Now this fertile soil or this particular zone was having the rich organic content, and that rich organic content was the best place for the plants to grow, develop. So for the next period on the same platform there was again entry of new organism, and that new organism were the flowering plants. Now those flowering plants which are herb in nature, they have started their life. Again you can see that the herbs are having the strong root system and strong shoot system too. So that strong root system have started to penetrate inside, and the strong shoot system have developed the life on the surface above the particular previously deposited zone. So once again the life will complete, and after completion of this life at that particular area there is deposition of the organic material in one more slab. So similarly you will see that whatever is the zone of the soil, or they are called as the profile of the soil, or they are the layers of the soil, that layers are just the depositions of one above the other. So these depositions we can clearly see in the vertical cut of the any hillock. If we sliced out any hill, then we will surely find what exactly are the different zones in which the soil have developed. So you will find that at the bottom there will be rock, above that there will be pieces of the major or huge blocks, then the block size or the stone size will reduce on and on up to the top soil, and at the top soil there will be a amorphous material, or there will be a smooth and fertile soil where you will find organic content which is very rich. So this organic content was now having the major span or major layer, wherein the kilometers of the layer were the soft layers, and that's why this is the fertile soil. Why is it fertile soil? Because this soil is now having the variety of the nutrients in it, because that nutrients were added by completion of the life cycle of many organisms. Whatever were the dead and decay material of those organisms, that organisms dead material, decayed material have enriched the contents of the soil, and eventually that enriched soil was the birthplace, was the media, was the platform for new organisms to survive. So in this process there was the formation of the soil. So this formation process, this soil formation process was started from the very first process. Let me summarize the things. Initially it was the weathering of the rock and cracking of the rock. Secondly, there was deposition of the organic content due to the death and decay of the organisms and deposition of the dust material. So second was the deposits. Third, starting of the life cycles. That life cycles, when completed, they have added the organic content and they have added the layer above layer. And finally, in the fourth step, we would say that this was the formation of the complete fertile soil with enriched contents in the form of micro and macronutrients, which are very essential for any life to survive and grow and complete its life cycle. So dear friends, this was the process in which the soil formation was taken place. We will see one video in which the entire process is depicted. So let's watch that video. That video will show you how the entire process was happened since its origin. So thank you very much.